Hey YouTube, what's going on? So, this is my last vlog as a teenager, and that's kind of weird for me to think, and it's also kind of sad because this is also the last vlog on BillyJSkateAway. Note, this isn't the end of BillyJSkateAway. I'll continue putting videos on here sporadically, but it's not going to be my vlog series. That's being moved to a different channel called Titan Vlogs, link in the description below. The first video will be up tomorrow morning to midday sometime is when you should expect that one, as well as my first Mr. Titan Talks video, which also should be up midday, late afternoon sometime. But yeah, I mean, it's just, looking back, it's been a crazy 7 years. I've had a lot of time to reflect, and I have had just about every experience anyone could have in a given lifespan. And I know if you're older, a lot of you are watching this video and you're thinking, no, you haven't got a clue. Well, let me give you an idea of what I have been through over the past few years. Completed schooling and have taught myself to read and comprehend on a level most people never could. I do high-level mathematics, as in like quantum theory and stuff. I've taught myself just about everything since the 8th grade, quite literally. I was homeschooled, and you'd like to think I miss a lot of social interaction, but I didn't. I always had, friends that kept me in touch. I actually went to some of the high school classes, just kind of went to the high school and sat in on some classes. The teachers never cared. I have had the highest highs. For instance, with my girlfriend Angie. I mean, we just got off this great vacation about a week ago now. And we had the time, well, it was the time of my life anyways, because I got to spend 3 days non-stop, 3 nights, 3 days non-stop with my girlfriend. That was kind of awesome. And she is, without a doubt, the woman I love and the woman I plan to marry one day. Hopefully soon, by the way. But that'll be something for another vlog. But anyways, I've had that high. I've also had the lowest lows, where I've had doctors tell me that I've had an inoperable cyst sitting on the suture of a brain, and it didn't look good. I've had a brain tumor that I had to have removed, which is what the cyst that the doctor thought it was. No, it was a bony brain tumor. I know what it's like to have memory loss now thanks to that. Blindness. Deafness. I've watched a man die on the side of the road. I was the last one to really, that'll be something for a Mr. Titan Talks or something to explain that, because that actually happened since I started vlogging. I haven't told you guys. But, so I've seen terrible things. I've had terrible things happen to me. But I've always kept this positive outlook. And how that is, I don't know. I guess it's just my attitude towards things. I always like to be happy. For instance, earlier this morning, I went to work, obviously. I worked from 11 to 7:30 tonight. I got off 30 minutes late. But the very first person I had to deal with was this lady, and it was just 2 flat repairs on the front 2 tires. Checked the tires, no leaks anywhere. Brought the backed the car out, parked it in front of the building, went in, called her. She was right there. She came and got her keys. And she was kind of, focus. Thank you. She was kind of upset that we weren't able to find any leaks in her vehicle. And this definitely showed in her attitude towards me. Well, when we get out of cars, we always lock them. It's what we do, it's policy. You don't want anything getting stolen out of the vehicles. This lady's locks to her didn't work properly. The reason being she didn't have a little key fob, clicker thing to unlock her vehicle. And she had specifically told our service writer to make sure we knew not to unlock the doors. Well, she put it in comments, but she didn't come back and, tell us. So we didn't know. And so whenever I went back in, I locked her doors. Go back in, she walks out to her car, walks back in, starts yelling at the guys sitting at the desk. They come back and get me. I walk in, she's yelling at me. And I just politely ask, "May I have your keys, please?" Walk out to her car, put the key in the door, turn said key. The door unlocked. I opened it for her. She continued to rant and just all kinds of yelling at us for how stupid we were and how we should have known better and how she should have told us. She gets into her car. Mind you, I've just unlocked it with a key. It wasn't like I had to sit there and jiggle with it for 20 minutes. No, it was simply I put it in, I turned it one way, I pulled the door handle. It opened. And apparently this was too complicated of a concept for her to understand, but for whatever reason, she still felt the need to yell at us about how stupid we were for locking her doors when she could have just as easily unlocked them with her key. And as she drove away, I decided it wasn't worth it, and I just told her, "Have a nice day." I had a big smile on my face. My boss was standing next to me. He started laughing. I walked back in. The rest of the day was it was work, it was hard, and it was all day long, and I'm sorry about the focusing. It's the camera, I'm sorry. I really am. But, it was kind of like that all day long. And, just suckish. But it's all alright, because no matter how bad of a day I was having, it could have been worse. I could have been getting that news that, you got 6 months to live. Got that inoperable suture. Your brain tumors are back. I could go blind again. Could not hear again. I could have my room upside down spinning again. I could be hovering over a guy whose legs are pointed in directions that nobody's legs should ever point. Who has his skull sticking out of his forehead. I could be leaning over him, asking him if he can hear me, and him not respond. Or have him move his arm a few seconds later and know that he was alive for the moment, but that he was bleeding so profusely, and his injuries that he had sustained were so serious that he probably wouldn't make it through the flight to the hospital. No matter how bad of a day you're having, chances are someone else is having it worse at that moment. I really am sorry about this focusing this stuff, but yeah, it's left me with a lot to reflect on. What I need to make it to where it's a bit closer. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to clean it while on the vlog. I'll appreciate it if you'd stop focusing for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Alright, maybe it'll stop focusing now. No. Just gonna keep on going, huh? Anyways, those things really impacted me over the past few years, It's just things I would have never imagined I'd have to go through. I've went through. Most of which has actually happened in the past year. A lot of which happened before that. I'm thankful for the friends and the family that I've had that have carried me through a lot of these situations or helped me out. I'm extremely grateful for the wonderful woman I have in my life, my girlfriend. She's quite amazing, to say the least. She and I have actually been dating. Let me give you some background on this. We've dated on and off over the past 4 or 5 years now. We had never made it past 2 months until now. And now we've been dating for over a year and official for almost a year, like 11 months or something. No, 10 months. And you know what? It's been a great 10 months, and I look forward to the years ahead. Am I ready to be 20? No. Because now I no longer have anything to blame my actions on. You know, no more teenage stupidity. You're 20 years old. I'm now a man. It's time to act like one. A little bit more. Not too much more, but a little bit more. I'm also accountable for everything I do now. It's kind of that shift, you know. At 21, you're not really all that much more accountable. Since I don't drink, it just won't matter for me. Gambling, that'll be something else. So I do like to play blackjack in Texas Hold'em, so it's been an interesting 7 years. It's been an interesting life until this point. Or up to this point. I'm sure it's going to be even more interesting. I mean, I may be running social media sites for movies. I'm already running a social media site for a television show. Life's moving fast, and it's awesome, and I love it. And I love you guys, and I appreciate all the views. Make sure to tune in to my Mr. Titan Talks channel and Titan Vlogs channel. The links will be in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to them. And thank you for being with me for the past, what's it been, 4 months? 5 months? Thank you. And that's it for today's vlog. The last vlog on BillyJSkateAway. The next vlog will be on Mr. Titan Vlogs tomorrow morning, and Mr. Titan Talks will also be up tomorrow. And yeah. Anyways. Thank you for having tuned into this channel. I hope you stay tuned in. I'll put videos up sporadically. That's it for today's vlog. And I'll see all of you tomorrow. Peace.